me to leave it off now?
Yeah, before we start.
Oh, let me get the
Wait,
sister.
wait.
Oh, sorry, let me get the sister.
Okay, absolutely.
Hey, y'all ready?
You need anything?
I got it. Switch to FaceTime.
You should be good.
Hmm?
You should be
You
good.
realize
I
that
left that in, but I'm not.
Want to bring them down this way in the end? Camera. In the corner.
Put them up there.
Yes, on FaceTime.
Excuse me, brother.
Still ain't working.
I think you're gonna hang up your phone.
All right. Y'all good? Worst case scenario is probably leave on speaker. They probably got some time.
Yeah, you tell the job.
Yeah, this is the same way. I'm gonna just call it back, put it on speaker, and hold too much time. Hey, I'm gonna leave it on speaker because it's like poor connection in the room. Okay. Remember, if y'all got something going on, put it on. Okay. I'm about to put you on speaker. Remember, if y'all got something going on, put it on mute. All right? Anybody else got an iPhone? All right. We're gonna open up with a word of prayer. Y'all ready? Okay. All right. Shalom, sisters.
Shalom, sisters.
Shalom.
Okay. Like to thank everybody for making it this morning. Another Shabbat. I'm gonna open with a word of prayer. As Brother Corinthians to open up for us. First is Sister Nancy. And I'm also my wife, Sister Ashanti. Got a brother over here. What's your name, brother?
Brandon.
Brother Brandon. Returning brother.
Willie.
Brother Willie. Another brother.
Brother Green.
Brother Green.
Brother Nate.
Brother Nate.
Brother Aaron.
Brother Eric. All right. So we're gonna have Brother Corinthians open up for us.
All praises, all
All praise. Hallelujah.
All praises. Thank you, Yah, for having us here today. We give you all praises, Father, first and foremost. I want to thank you for all my brothers to be able to come in today. And Father, touch our sisters that couldn't be able to make it today, but Father, they're in online, Father. I want to ask you, Father, send your Holy Spirit through all of us today, Father, to edify your word, to do your will, not by our will, Father, for your will to be edified through us, Father. We ask you to open our minds and our heart. Keep us protected in our goings and our comings. I thank you. I thank you for each and everything that you do for each and all of us, Father, just to be able to attend your day on Sabbath, your sanctified day. I thank you, Father. In Yahshua Shai Messiah name. So be it.
So be it.
All praise, all praise.
Hallelujah. All right. We're gonna take it back off where we left off last weekend. We're all familiar with we the Israelites, right?
Well, he, brother,
Not too.
I don't think
Okay.
he needs some,
All right.
some recapping on some.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna show you to identify it with us. Now, our ancestors could not make images of ourselves. That was in the commandments, the 10 commandments. Remember last week, brother, we went over it and said, you know, thou shalt not make any graven images in the heavens above, earth beneath. So now, as the day as we live, anybody can say, oh, I'm an Israelite, I'm an Israelite. So let's narrow it down. Let's figure out how can we identify who we are without a shadow of a doubt. Everybody got your swords with you, your Bibles. Let's turn it on.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead. It's open floor.
Is this considered a graven image?
It is.
Okay. That's what I'm doing.
Well, what we want to do, we also just want to bring out,
What was that he shared this in his book? Symbolize the graven image.
He had a like a tassel on. It was like an image of a lion.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's open up Deuteronomy chapter 28. Now we all familiar with curses, correct? All right. Now, throughout our life, we've heard the curse of Ham, right? They say that we were descendants of Ham, and it was a curse put on us because of Cain. Well, when you start doing research and start looking deep into it, we realize that we didn't come from Ham. Okay? Noah had 3 sons. You had Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Now, we come from Shem. That's the line of Israel.
all praise, all praise.
So Deuteronomy chapter 20, you got it, bro?
28.
Chapter 28.
Just double check.
10 commandments.
Yeah, you got some commandment sheet ready?
Alright.
You guys got that?
This one I do.
Kind of kit,
To him. So where is that you didn't come from Ham, but you came from Shem.
I think Genesis, about 10,
Pass that down to the brother. This is good for that.
it's Genesis, and Shem.
All right, everybody on Deuteronomy chapter 28. And we're gonna start on verse 1. We're gonna start with the blessings first. I know I usually always start with the curses, but we're gonna start with the blessings first. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. Brother Corinthians start off.
Absolutely. Everybody have it?
All praise, all praise.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I commanded thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kin, and the flocks of thy sheep. Blessed shall be the basket and thy store. Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out. The Lord shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways. The Lord shall command the blessings upon thee in the storehouses and in all that thou sittest thy hand unto. And he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he has sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of thy Lord thy God, and walk in his ways. And all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, in the land which the Lord swore unto thy fathers to give thee. The Lord shall open unto thee his good treasures, the heaven to give the rain unto thy land in his seasons, and to bless all the work of thy hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. And the Lord shall make thee the head, and not the tail. And thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day, to observe and do them. And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right there. All right. 1 through 14. These are the blessings if we kept the commandments. All this stuff will come upon us if we did what we were supposed to do. My brother read verse 15. I'm going to have him read it again. This is talking about us right now to this very day.
Because we disobey the commandments.
Disobey the commandments. All right, brother. Hit on 15. All right. Take it slow.
Yes, sir. Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
See,
to
if we don't listen to the voice that he told us to keep the commandments, if we don't listen, keep reading, brother.
to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes.
See, all commandments, not a few, because we feel, oh, we should just do this, we should just do that. All. Keep going, brother.
Which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee.
Right there. All. I always keep this word in mind, y'all. All these curses. Not a few. Not some. People quick to say, well, my people went through that. My people went through this. But if they didn't go through every single one of them, it's not them.
Like that.
That's not them. The people in that land over there, they did not go through all this stuff we about to cover. We have hit every single one of them. We have tried to run from it. They chase us down. No matter what we do.
That's
I
right.
don't care how you treat somebody. You treat them nice. Oh, it should come back on me, the niceness. No. Our Father said if we don't keep his commandments,
That's right.
we're going to get cursed. All right? Keep on, brother.
Shalom, brother. Shalom, brother.
Shalom, brother.
Shalom.
Go ahead.
When you get some more seats in there.
Shalom, brothers, man, right?
That's right.
Shalom, bro.
Familiar, man.
Work with me. Work with us. Shalom, brother. See if I get 2 more seats.
What do you have? I can buy.
That's it.
Oh, you got that?
Yeah.
Command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Cursed shall be the basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kin and the flocks of thy sheep. Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out.
Right? Hold on. 16. Cursed shall thou be when you come into the city. Cursed shall you be when you come out to the field. Think about this now when you go into work. Don't people hate you? No matter how much you do, they hate you, don't they? When you come in or going. As soon as you get there, man, I hate James. No matter how much work you done knock down, the minute you leave, man, I hate that James, boy. You done knocked out all this work, still don't matter. All right. Keep going, brother.
I'll go to 17, which is good. Got an elder? Got it.
Nah, we bring it here. We probably here. Take the case.
All right, brothers. We on Deuteronomy chapter 28. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Verse 16. Yep, verse 16.
Is that 28?
Chapter 28.
28, 16, verse 16. Okay? Okay.
Yep, start on 15 again. Yep.
Yes.
Catch them up.
Yes, Joe. Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. Y'all brothers got it? But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Curse shall thou be in the city, and curse shall thou be in the field. Curse shall be the basket and thy store. Curse shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kin and the flocks of thy sheep. Curse shalt thou be when thou comest in, and curse shalt thou be when thou goest out. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexations, and rebuke in all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me.
Right down. Now, just doing a little quick recap. Back in 15, like we just told other brothers, y'all just coming in. This is identified to show you who you are. This is why you are hated amongst all people on the planet. We can't blame the other nations why they hate us. This is coming from our Father because we not doing what we supposed to do. Brothers, y'all are Israelites. Everybody in here, we are Israel. Now, whether you from what tribe, Judah, Nephitil, Benjamin, whatever, you still an Israelite. That means you still under these curses. We are suffering the curses because our fathers did not listen. All right. 10 Commandments. I'll show y'all real quick. Y'all got it.
Got two F, got one.
Yeah.
Got two F one.
Remember, anybody, if you have any questions, feel free. Raise your hand. I got a question. If I don't, you don't understand, we'll break it down to you.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, we want to basically bring out this truth, and all of us are like these brothers. So therefore, the Holy Spirit is on all of us. So therefore, we want to bring in the Spirit of truth. So if anybody got any question, want to say something according to any scripture, bring it out. Because we need to edify this. We want the Bible to bring out this truth. So we all be obedient to Him, not us, to this word.
See, our whole lives we've been taught this Bible is religious, right? It's religious, got to do with church. Nothing religious about the Bible. This is a history book.
It's your heritage.
It's your heritage. Think about it. Where you come from?
Prophecies.
Right. Where do you come from?
For us.
Everybody else got a culture. Everybody know where they come from. Why is it when we ask where we come from, don't nobody know Africa? Where in Africa do we come from?
All right, excuse me, General. How you gonna have be named first called colored people, then these are the black people, then your black Americans, Afro Americans,
Niggers.
Yeah, niggers.
Coons.
Yeah, coons. Why y'all changing our name all these many times? What you trying to hide? The gig is up.
Yeah.
The gig is up now.
All praise, all praise.
We're going to show
All
you all
praise
this
to the
thing.
Most High.
The scriptures tell you this. It tell you why they call you this. Our Father told you this is going to come upon you if you don't do what I tell you to do. And until you come back to me, it's going to continue to happen. That's why ain't nothing
That's
gets right.
right.
All right? Go ahead, brother. Keep reading.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 21. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee until he have consumed thee from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and
sicknesses, pestilence. That's what it's talking about. Mildew, all this stuff. Think about it. It calls them these nasty people, right?
Yeah.
Why we can't never get it together? Keep going, brother.
and with the blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be a brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. The Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon thee until thou be destroyed. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth.
Think about it. What do people do who say if we get into like a little altercation? I'm calling the police. One police show up, 20 of us run from one guy.
That's right.
That's right here in the
That's
scriptures.
right.
Yep.
That's right. And the carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away.
All right. That part right there. What y'all think that's talking about?
For the beasts of the earth
Mm-hmm.
and the fowls of the I'm talking about the bird.
It's true. But think about when this happened. Remember slavery? Remember when they hung us on trees and stuff? Ain't nobody come cut you down. And what them birds and all them other stuff, they come pick you and eat you. And the people walk by laughing, and they walk by. Ain't nobody come get you.
That's right. Sell postcards.
It's like when they see their own, they'll go and bury them.
Yeah.
Us, we was like done on top of the earth that they didn't care nothing about. It's like
Yeah.
we was like dirt. Like
We was
like
less than a dog.
Less than a amen.
Yeah,
That's right.
Less than a dog.
Yeah.
They'll string you up. And if you do something to a dog, but you,
Yeah.
well, what did he do to cause that?
That's
You know, no matter what you do, man, there's always some excuse why they had to kill you, why they had to put you down. You don't nobody kill.
That's right.
Keep going, brother.
Hit 26 again, gentlemen.
Yep.
So let it be for the cam. And thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away. The Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emerods, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof thou canst not be healed. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness, and astonishment of heart. And thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee.
Can I pause there for a minute?
Got it, brother.
He said, thou shalt group at noonday. What do we do when a cop kills one of us? We group at noonday and don't do nothing. Don't do nothing all this last afternoon, and that's it. Then we come together on the corner at noon.
That's right.
And we don't prosper, according to that scripture right there.
That's right.
As long as we not bringing in Elohim, Yahshua, we never gonna prosper anything. We gotta bring him in our life. We gotta get into these books, do his commandments, and make sure we recognize the Sabbath holy day.
That's right.
If we don't, we're gonna continue getting perished over here.
I had a question. I was doing a little study last night about the Sabbath day, you know, and I definitely understand that that's the key component in order to really be used by God, by the Most High. And but what I'm coming across is the Creator's calendar. You know, the calendar that we go off today. You got the lunar, you got the solar, and then you got the both, which is the one created by God is one that's creating the both. Like right now, the calendar, when you look at, you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It doesn't change. It's always the same. But in essence, when we really go to study that, when you think about time is always moving. It's always changed. It's never the same. You never can determine certain things.
It's like we live in one day.
Yeah, it's like we live in the same day over and over again based on the calendar they've given us. So just for future reference, I think I need better understanding myself personally about this particular thing, because I want the Sabbath day is the main thing. It is to me, from what God is showing me and revealing me through videos and things, is that the Sabbath day is so important to really fulfilling the word of God.
Right. It's the first thing, Genesis 2.
Yeah.
First 1 through 3.
Yeah, when you said morning, even was the first day, and he said numbers. He didn't say day like Monday, Tuesday. That doesn't exist. He said day 1, day 2, day 3, all the way to the Sabbath day.
Yeah.
So by our knowledge, what we do gave him a lot of our enemies, he gonna teach us over here, according to our enemies' land, how to worship the Sabbath day, what like we're doing now.
Yeah.
So right now, this is the Sabbath day. That we're worshiping the Sabbath day, according to the scriptures of the Bible.
Yeah.
He said in Isaiah, he said another language, another tongue will speak to my people. So therefore, he's speaking us in this other land.
Yeah.
So how you get the correction on that? The scripture, remember the days was numbered. Now, when you disobedient, when you go doing all this other stuff on the Sabbath day or worship his holy day on Sunday, like the world gave it to you, that's why they gave you that first day of the week.
Yeah.
So we still obedient. They cannot change that. Because you realize they changed to like at night they say it's AM, in the middle of the day it says PM. So they trying to change the size of the times, but they can't.
Yeah.
Because he numbered those days. The days are numbered according to the sun go up and the sun go down. You know what I'm saying? So we work by the sun and based by the moon and by the season. So therefore your days is always gonna be the same as the numbers.
Yeah.
The moon too.
Yeah.
Think about it. The moon is a calendar.
Yeah.
That's one thing the enemy can't change.
Yeah.
See, our Father already knew. He set things in place for us.
Yeah.
See, we'll get more into it, deeper into it. With the calendar days.
I have something to add to it. And just like you said, because time changes, and we changed in that time, and it just seemed like it's just one day. And at that same time, when we look at it, this calendar is based off of Greek gods. You got Sunday for sun worshiping, Monday for moon day.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So when you look at it, there's definitely time. And just like the elder just said, he said it's day 1, day 2. You know what I mean? But as you see, it's like we on a 365 repeating record, and we go by today is this day, today is this day, and yet we are growing.
That's why we got to get unlearned.
Right.
Got to unlearn the way
something else I wanted to say was when you were talking about verse 26, something that just hit my head, man, was when you was talking about like from the beast. Remember, they used to take our babies just to catch alligators.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right in the book, y'all. I got a whole picture of that one. That's a whole
Game
put a lot of
Right.
flavor.
Right.
That's right. Shalom. That's right. All praise to the Most High. All praise.
Brother over there?
Yes, I want to add on to that in the beginning, the days were just, it was numbers. They didn't have no names, just like they saying, like Sunday. This was added in, he's added on. But see, in the book of Genesis, in the first chapter, it said in verse 4, they said, and God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night.
In the evening?
And the evening and the morning were the first day. Now, today, people, like when they count down, New Year just passed away, and they count down for New Year's, they be like, 12 a.m. I said 12 in the morning, that's a new day. But that ain't what the Lord said. It's right here in Genesis. It was from night and the evening into the morning. That's a day. But man came in to change God's. God said that they were going to attempt to change his laws and time. See, they feel like anything after 12 midnight is a new day. But the Bible said for evening, just like yesterday, the Sabbath started at sunset on Friday.
It's not at 12.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with that. When the sun set yesterday, that was the beginning of the Sabbath. And when the sun go down today, it'll be the end of the Sabbath.
That's why we got to get unlearned and get back to our ways.
You know what that brother said? Unlearn.
Unlearn.
See, we've been
That's why study is important.
bamboozled. We've been bamboozled, and this word of God, this true gospel, it'll take us to the truth in Christ.
You've been undermined, underplayed.
And I believe in Maccabees, he said, I opened up the book and seen how the heathens had laid their image. You know what I mean? And that's what we got. You know,
348,
right. And that's what we got now. You
First
know,
Maccabee.
White Jesus, our prophets, they all white and they all in these humble, emotional moods. So we look at them like, you know what I mean? That's just to soften us up.
But they changed even the months, brother. They even like to get the different months called Abib, Savan, Adar, Nissan, is all of it's changed. So that's why we here right now to edify His name, so we can get all this in us, so we can bring it out to the ones that's out here that don't know. It's about unity. That's what we got here to do. For our sick brothers and sisters that's out there, that's important. Because if not, you know where you're going. That little hole in the wall, and it ain't in the wall; it's in the ground.
See, that's why I didn't say nothing. But Deuteronomy 28:28, it's telling you that they smitten with our people are smitten with madness. That's the madness it's talking about. That's a curse. Right. You look at these people around here, sitting around when we come up earlier. They out here laying out homeless. That's madness. And then when you bring this truth to them, and they don't want to receive it, that's madness.
All praise, all praise, all praise.
That's right. Most of them turn into a reprobated mind state.
And the Lord gave them over to a reprobate mind.
That's right. That's right. Because all of them got their marks. We all got marks. This is the reason why we're in the day.
And,
He did it on the 6th day. He rested on the 7th.
We got some, because I never forget, a lady asked me on the bus stop, she was homeless. And she wanted some money. And I'm at the house and I was like, I don't have nothing on me. I said, I'll be back. So I went back and, I gave her 25 cents. You know what I mean? And she said, thank you, hallelujah, thank you. And I said, I just want to let you know, sister, that you are as precious as gold, okay? And the minute I said that, and I told her that Yahshua came for you. The minute I said that, the tears struck. Like lightning just hit her, and she was alive, and she just teared, she bawled. Because our people, they know they lost. And especially these homeless, they know they lost. But ain't nobody coming to them. And if we just knock on their door, knock on their heart, and give them that word, it opens up. They fall. Because they thought that they could not be seen. They thought that they were cracks in the ground for people to walk on. Now they know that they somebody. It's like when you put water to a seed, it grows. And that's all they want to do. So it's definitely, man, we gotta reach out.
That's why we gotta get in and know our ways, know His ways. So, yes.
You got something, sister?
Yes, Elder.
No, we listening. I'm agreeing.
No, she said,
Amen, all praise.
That's right. All praises to the Most High.
All right. We'll be at verse 30. All right.
Okay, then
Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy 28, brother, verse 30. I'll wait till everybody get there, brother, get there. That's right. We all about study. Ain't about no puffed up knowledge in this camp. This DOC, that's the name of our camp. Defenders of Commandments. Let that be known.
Everything we're doing right now is prophecy, brother. All this is prophecy. Waking up in the last days. This is what it's all about. These other nations, when they pass by this blast and they see us, they're not used to that. But if they read the Bible, they understand what's happening.
That's right.
Yep. We coming back to the knowledge that we lost. All we have to do is repent, keep these commandments to the best of our ability, follow what our Father wants us to do.
That's right.
And like you said, just like Kerensky said, and be unlearned. Because that false doctrine and them perverted doctrines come in. Everybody got a gospel. All these different churches, they preaching a gospel, but the true gospel of Christ, you can find it here. Now tell one of them other churches to go find what this here, the testimony of Jesus got. Because this tell everything that we need to know about the true gospel.
Right.
And who came preaching the gospel? Jesus Christ. Right?
All praise, all praise, all praise, all praise.
The gospel of John, it'll tell you so.
Hey, so is John them black men too, right?
Oh,
That's right.
Oh, the whole
your
Bible.
ancestors, brother.
All
Everybody that's in this book, they are ancestors. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, make no mistake, brother, you are Israelite.
That's right.
You are the light of the world, salt of the earth. That's why everybody look to us no matter what we do. We're in this low state, but everybody around the planet is focused on us.
Cream of the crop.
That's right. That's right. Been that.
The way we wear our clothes, how we act in video, all this stuff, everybody's copying.
Most
that's what they
precious
say
jewels.
too. They look at us.
Most
They don't
precious
like
jewels.
us, okay? But they cleave on us. And he said that they
All
would
the
cleave
other
Israel.
Israelites.
And the thing that's so funny about that is because you remember, every time you pass by, like you can pass by somebody of another nation, and they'll look at you, and the quick thing they do, they want to know what you about to do. All you finna do is walk by. I remember one time I scared a woman out of her shoes, and the only way I did that was walk by her to her and I said, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?"
That's right.
Because they expect violence from us, because that's how they've been learned.
That's
But
right.
the thing is, though they expect that, they still want a piece of us. They still want to eat from our tree. They still want a piece of our fruit because they know that we are powerful. They know for a fact that
This
we are
ain't for
strong.
everybody.
Exactly.
This ain't for
And
everybody.
you'll get some of these other nations. They be out there and they be like, hey, I just want to let you know, man. I read the Bible, and I've had a brother come up to me and tell me straight out, I read the Bible, man. And you the people.
Let's get back on topic, brothers. Let's get back on topic. Verse 31. Verse 30.
30.
Verse 30. Deuteronomy 28, verse 30. All praises, though, brother. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes
All right.
thereof.
Gotcha. Verse 30. Should betroth a wife, but you won't lie with her. Y'all remember the stories in slavery?
Yeah.
Think about that. They used to take our wife and rape her, and you couldn't do nothing.
Nat Turner too.
Mhm.
What? Not Nat Turner.
What?
The
few movies like
the
that.
dude. No, it was Nat Turner, but it was
12 years.
Will. It was Will, the executioner wife. That's who it was.
On that one too?
Wow.
It was his age. That's why he wanted to go back in there and do something to that master.
That's right. Bring it out, brother.
31.
31. Deuteronomy 28, verse 31. Thine ox shall be slain before thy eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. Thy ass shall be violently taken away from before thy face, and shall not be restored to thee. Thy sheep shall be given unto thy enemies, and thou shalt have none to rescue them. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand.
Right. That goes back to slavery again. When they put you on the auction block.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? You screaming and hollering for your child, they drag them away. Can't do nothing.
That was Black Friday.
Yeah.
That's what that represents.
Black Friday.
Black Friday is
Right.
the day they sold our people.
Well, Black Friday. Go ahead, bro.
And then 31 kind of, that's what happened to the Northern Kingdom. They slayed
All praise, all
buffaloes.
praise, all praise, all praise, all praise.
In 31, they slayed all the buffaloes to try to starve them out, killed all the animals over there in that land. That right there, that curse there, really referred to them, even though they took ours. A lot of these curses, some of these curses happened in 70 A.D.
That's right.
when the Romans surrounded Jerusalem. And you had a couple camps decided they're gonna stay, but over 1 million left in Africa.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Keep going, brother.
No 70 AD.
Yeah, that's when Jerusalem failed.
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
It was only just like 80 years of freedom. Our whole entire existence.
We're gonna go more deep into that. When
Yes.
Jerusalem failed,
Right.
a lot of us ran into Africa. We always hid amongst the Africans, what we call Hamites.
We blended
We
in.
blended in.
Blended in.
Yeah.
That's why today they try to always associate us with Africans. You know what I'm saying? And before the knowledge, I used to tell my wife, I tell her you're African queen. You know what I'm saying? And she do the little hair ties, and I just always try to encourage her in that. And for a long time, I felt like I was African, you know what I'm saying? And I always felt like a Gentile when I used to read. But then as God wanted to just open up stuff to me, and then I started to see these things.
Yeah.
And I never forget when I first read Deuteronomy, this same chapter 28. Like when I read it, it just did something to me. This I swear. And it all goes back to that time, you know, with God. You know, as you see things get worse, you know, He opened up certain knowledge to His people. You know, certain ones, you know, He want to bring out of that life and bring it to this new existence. You know what I'm saying? But this thing deep, man.
Yes, it is.
Is anybody familiar with the Zondervan Dictionary? Zondervan Dictionary.
Everybody got a Zondervan and a apocryphal.
He gonna bring out a point about Noah's three sons. Yeah, to distinguish us from the Hamites.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, go ahead, bring it out.
That's right. Good book. I need that one. Yeah. That's right. Good book.
That's right, Alan. I'm gonna go ahead and read you this one here about Ham. Let you know about the differences between us and them. It says, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. But they're Hamites, Canaanites, all them Africans.
Yeah.
It says, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, the Libyans, and the Canaanites. You can find that in Genesis 10, 6 through 20. His infancy when his father lay drunk and brought a curse upon Canaan. So that's who we are. We're
This is what he's talking right here.
Yeah. Right.
That's right.
That's right here. That's how you can tell who we are, the Jews, Shem, the Shemites. This is the Hamites, African, Ethiopians, and all those.
That's right.
By the image of our faces. And this term is Zondervan Dictionary. This is what we all need to get.
Zondervan, yeah.
Yeah, Zondervan Dictionary. They're going to break down all everything.
The same thing right there, brother.
Same thing right there.
And it's hard to find. It's hard to find. Cause I got the last one. The lady said they won't have nothing until 4 months in Barnes and Noble.
It's on Amazon or
Amazon.
That's what I'm trying to get established that we have all these books.
What it is?
We're gonna get that. We're gonna write that down for that.
Online or whatever.
I'm pretty sure.
That's one of the apostles right there.
That's right.
Got something, bro?
They black
You
ain't.
said you can find that in Genesis 10 what?
What you got, bro?
What did you just say?
Genesis 10, 6. Genesis 10, 6 through 20.
Oh, 6 through 20.
You got it? Like on top. Gonna need to share that elder later. We will get all that elders for us so brothers can order. Because I went to like 2 stores and couldn't get it. So the Most High sent me to the right store. That's right. Okay.
Sisters, y'all got a point? Y'all want to bring something out?
No, we just listening.
Okay.
Give me the
Okay. All right.
All praises. Okay. Want to hit back to 32? Okay. Deuteronomy 28, verse 32, fellas. That's what we got, brothers. The sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always, so that thou shalt be made for the sight of thy eyes, which thou shalt see. The Lord shall smite thee in the knees and in thy legs with a sore botch that cannot be healed. From the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations whither the Lord shall lead thee.
Astonishment, proverb, bywords. Y'all know what these words are. Niggas, monkeys, jigaboo,
African American,
Haitian,
Jamaican,
spit. All
those
these names. These are bywords, proverbs, stuff they give you. Instead of calling you what you are, who you are. See?
A proverb, a proverb is like you want to hide something from a nigga, you put it in a book.
That's right. Niggas eat watermelon.
Watermelon fried
cheese,
chicken,
yeah.
catfish.
And then they jack that book up at $300 and $400, so you can try to. Well, they know we ain't gonna purchase. Who we as our old mind state, we ain't finna go buy no book.
Yeah.
That money, but I buy it now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
And if you got a chart like this right here, show you right here, it show who we really are on this side. Then it say American blacks, West Indians, all those are bywords established. Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, Jamaicans, Haitians, all those are bywords, proverbs.
Yeah.
You really listen to those words, all don't mean something.
Yeah.
That's not who we are.
Because that's not a nation.
That's not a nation. It's not a people.
All plays.
All day it goes.
There was a quote once that said,
All
we
the
wouldn't,
Bible is not-
back then we couldn't, and now we won't even read to save
Don't even
ourselves.
touch it, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you got to think about it. See, a lot of time when you coming through this scripture, you got to feel your ancestors. This devil did some atrocity to these people in front of the kids and all. Like try to put an animal on each leg, a horse on each leg, and rip the baddest man apart right in front.
Right.
See, our woman knew their place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they had fear. And then on another thing, a lot of people like to say is
They bucked them too also.
if we couldn't read, we couldn't read and write. I say, but you got to feel where they came from. They was Hebrews. So what was they speaking? Hebrew. And if you speaking Hebrew, and like this verse just said,
That's right.
a tongue that they know nothing about. If they ain't know nothing about it, how could they read a book that's written in there? And you speak Hebrew. It's gonna be hard. Ain't nobody teaching you to translate from your language to learning this language, and then you ain't gonna understand it neither. You might can say it, but you don't understand it.
And just I want to add to that the other day, they said, right, they broke us down.
That's it.
They set us in front of the whole family and hit you off. Straight, the strongest man. He gave them gay Edomites. So they did all that. It was right there. I'm passing that picture around so you know, to break our mentality, break our integrity as a man.
Something I want to add to that is, you know, even then when we were called Hebrews, and then they broke it down, they were called Hebrews, and then Ibos, and then Negroes. There's actually an old picture that showed how they used to sell Negroes, but before they put Negroes, it was called Hebrews. Hebrews to Hebrews, and then you get African American, Afro American, nigga, all the way down the line. So you have to come back to know that you a Hebrew.
And I'm gonna add something too. That picture that we're passing around, that's actually football sports came from today. Bunking us, sleeping with the man, wide receiver, tight end, all that kind of stuff. That came from the Romans, which slept with the man, but they didn't just sleep with that wide. They slept with the man in front of everybody. All that stuff, when you watch that stuff, and tell you in the Apocrypha about that, they gave us exercise, a place to exercise, and they took away our commandments, law, statutes, because they gave us sports. All the stuff that we're doing now, called the football, basketball, baseball, all that stuff, that was given to us from our enemy to take us away from this world, what we're doing right now.
That's right.
I got one more thing. This is on topic. This is on 26, verse 26. It says, "The Lord shall bring thee and thy kings with which thou shalt set over thee unto a nation which neither thou nor thy father have known." And so when I first read this verse, you know, the first thing I thought about America.
Yeah.
You know, America's a new world order, the new age.
That's called
You know,
yeah.
So, cause a lot of times in the scripture they talk about Egypt. You know what I'm saying?
It's sovereign and spiritual Egypt that we in.
That's all
That's
that's
separate
referring
Egypt.
to. Yeah. So
You got 12 countries with the eagle flower that oppressed us. We got oppressors.
Right.
You got Moab, Philistine. It goes on and on the list.
yeah.
So forth to know, but we can get into that.
No, I was just trying to bring that out a little bit.
That's right. Absolutely on point.
You're right. Yeah, everything in here mean double.
Yeah.
It has. That's what prophecy is. It has
Yeah.
double meaning. You know, and see, and that's
That's right. That's how the Old and New Testament.
yeah,
The Old and New Testament work together
yeah,
for for us to see the end prophecy.
that's right.
They join together
That's right.
because I ain't trying to get off top, but just like in the Galatians chapter 1 and 6, when Paul was talking, when he was in the church and he was talking to Galatians, he asked me, he said, I marvel that you are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Christ unto another gospel. Paul was asking them, how y'all get off the true gospel of Jesus Christ and picked up a gospel, y'all let them come and sit in.
Be
And
with
now y'all follow the gospel now that I didn't leave this with y'all. What gospel y'all on?
All praise.
They said, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and will pervert the gospel of Christ. They said pervert the gospel of Christ.
Yeah.
That mean they gonna do some perversion to it. They said, though we are an angel from heaven preaching
Another gospel.
any other gospel unto you, that's us.
Oh, yeah.
Then that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. Because they saying, listen, don't let people come in and change Jesus Christ's testimony on you guys.
That's right.
You know, stick with the gospel of Jesus Christ.
All praises.
As it is written.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right. Like on you want.
Back on, yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's a good point.
All praise, brother.
All praises.
All
Most
praise.
high.
Gotta find the word. That's true.
Should be on 38.
38. Okay, Deuteronomy 28, verse 38. Thou shalt carry much seed out into the field, and shalt gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it. Thou shalt plant vineyards and dress them, but shalt neither drink of the wine nor gather the grapes, for the worms shall eat them. Thou shalt have olive trees throughout all the coast, but thou shalt not anoint thyself with the oil, for thy olive shall cast his fruits. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
That goes back with the other scripture on 32.
All thy trees and fruit of thy land shall the locust consume. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
Yep, right now, think about it. We at a very low state. The strangers are very high right now. They're rich, they drive nice cars, beautiful homes.
Got stores, restaurants.
Exactly.
This day paradise.
You go down every street, you got an A-Rob got a store. This one got a store, this one got a store. We ain't got nothing.
Want nothing.
I remember when King Solomon reigned, he had Edom, cause King David had. They got up from under that yoke.
Yeah.
That yoke, they broke that band, and King Solomon.
And that's why way back to Genesis when the birthright, Esau, and Jacob birthright, he gave that one, I would say, I don't say gift he gave Esau, but he told Esau that was what happen to him in a lot of days. He gonna break the yoke out our neck, and he gonna take over with swords, and he gonna murder and kill and everything.
And it's happening now.
It's happening now.
44.
He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
We ain't got no banks.
That's right.
Every time you need a
That's
loan
right.
for a car or house, you gotta go to him and get
That's
it.
right.
Pawn shops.
That's right.
All that stuff.
All
Right.
everything.
Bring it out,
Clothes,
bring it
shoes,
out.
water.
Water.
We don't own nothing.
Yeah.
We don't own everything.
Deuteronomy 45. Deuteronomy 28, verse 45. Good for the sisters so you can hear. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
And we saw that out the door. When we come up,
How many?
All praise.
signs and a
Signs
wonder.
and a wonder.
And see that last part? Keep reading, brother.
And upon thy seed forever.
See that part right there? Seed forever.
Israelites.
That's us. Seed. Bloodline. Oh, yeah. Forever.
That word sign, again, all that brand sign.
Bring it out, brother.
Everybody know what that word sign means. Sign means when you see these things, all these curses, you'll know who you are.
Yeah, you're right.
When the cops killing us, you see that,
That's right.
you'll know who you are.
That's it.
We have to go to food, water, clothing, all that, you know who you are. They taking our kids every day, you know who you are. They get that woman that could have been abortion, all that stuff, just
right.
us. You know who you are, according to this scripture right here.
That's true.
And the wonder that goes on with that. Think about the grants and stuff they give us, parks and stuff. Then they tow up, spend all the money up. Why these people can't never get it together? But nobody ain't taking the time. Where they come from?
Yeah.
That's
Where
right.
everybody else, you know, they give them some grants and they gone. Oh man, they got all this stuff. But us, we still at the bottom.
Yeah.
Still
We're
doing the
gonna
same
stay at
things. Yeah,
We're going to stay because it's a curse.
get a curse.
That's right.
So we ain't gonna never get out of that curse.
I heard
This is all
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Mhm.
We're gonna get to that.
I heard
Believe it
you.
or not, right now, we on the right track right now.
Yeah.
All of us right now, we on the right
All
track.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what's up.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 47. Thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things.
See, that's one. That's one right there. See, because there's a lot of times you go and ask a brother, hey man, you coming to the Shabbat? Yeah, I got it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, I had like 3 more people supposed to be
That's
there.
right, you supposed to be glad. Like King David said, I was glad when he said, let us go into the house of the Lord. You supposed to be glad every
You supposed to beat me
Thursday.
here.
Right, that's right.
On Sabbath, you should beat me here. If you have it.
Yeah.
If you have
With
it.
joy in your heart.
Gladness of heart and abundance of all things.
Mm-hmm.
Ready yet? Right now, let's break out the commandments real quick. Break out the commandments.
Yeah.
This is the 10 Commandments. Everybody familiar with Moses, right?
Right.
Believe it or not, Moses is our ancestor. Always remember when we don't go over the chapter, not today, but when they met outside of Mount Sinai, there was all our people out there.
Everybody got one?
Yep, everybody got it? Yep. There was all our ancestors out there when he went up to Mount Sinai. When he came down with the tablets, this is it right now. We're going to recite this right now. Right? Let you go, brother. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make yourself a carved image of any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow down to them nor serve them. For I am the Lord your God, and am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children, to the 3rd and 4th generation of those who hate me, but showing mercy to thousands, to those who love me and keep my commandments.
See that right there? We can't keep no graven image. What you got, brother? Bring it out.
I want to
Bring it
stop. I want to stop on the first one he read.
Bring it out.
Hold up! Don't y'all just read right across there.
You like that?
Don't read across the first commandment. When they said no other God before me, they talking about your grandchildren. They talking about your house.
Bring it out.
These are gods.
Bring it out,
Some people
You-
see
you
you ain't
right.
no covenants until you know sin. See, the things, other things that you coveted, money, mammon, all. It's so much stuff that a man's heart cover. Cause see, Jeremiah 17:9 said, "The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked, and who can know it?" Now, see that heart that we cherish and we be covered in these commandments. We put a lot of stuff for God. People put they mama. You can't put your wife, your children, or nothing before God. God has to be number one in your life. You have to give it all. You got to give it all to the Lord and deny yourself and surrender. And if you don't do that there, then you got a problem. So that's why I want to run right across number one right there. You don't have a problem if you don't know nothing about covenants, because I ain't know about covenants. And when you learn about covenants, then you know you have a real problem. And when you know you have a real problem, then you know you need Christ. That's a good thing when you know that you are a sinful person and that you need the Lord in your life to save you. That's what Jesus wants us at, depending on Him. I'm sorry, brother. I just said that.
That's all right. No, you know what? I got precept for that.
I pray, I pray.
Yeah, bring it out,
Praise
brother.
it.
Matthew 10 and 34.
That's
Matthew
right.
10, chapter 10, 34.
Chapter 10 and 34, verse 34.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Anybody want to read it?
I got it, brother. Anybody else want to read?
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Matthew,
Matthew 10.
Matthew, I got you.
Matthew 10, 24.
34.
Oh, 34.
Yes. Yes.
Who got it? You got it?
I got it. You ready?
I just said,
Where did the sisters get?
and the sisters get it too also.
Hey, real quick, while everybody looking. So y'all got all the women meeting up at one location. How does that look right now? What's
Yeah,
that?
everybody supposed to come. We keeping the laws right now.
No, I'm saying the women.
Yeah.
They just online right now because
They online.
Yeah.
All right. Now it's
That's
just
elders.
Elders, yeah. Yeah, my wife.
His wife, yes.
All right.
Indeed. Elder Nancy.
Nah, the reason why I'm asking because I want to get my wife involved with
Yeah,
some sisters.
bring them,
You know what I'm
bring
saying?
them, bring them.
I just I don't know.
Matthew 10.
You know, I don't know if you have the women meet with
Yeah,
the men.
well, they can come with
no,
us. They come with us. Amen. Yeah. They have to learn. They have to learn.
No, I know.
They have to learn. All praise. Bring her with you, brother.
Yeah, that's-
Go ahead and let them know that it's in red, Christ speaking.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. It's on camera.
All
Go
right.
ahead, brother.
Do not think that I came to bring peace on earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword.
That's right. That's
For I
right.
have come to set a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
That's right.
Keep going.
Keep
Keep
going.
going.
That's right.
A man's enemies will be those of his own household. He loves father or mother more than me, and is not worthy of me. And he loves son or daughter. He who loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
Help me. Hey, that's right.
Indeed.
Keep going.
Indeed.
And he who does not take his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. He who finds his life will lose it, and he who loses his life for my sake will find it. He who receives you
You
will
can stop
receive
right
me.
there. Because that's what he was just saying. This brother was just bringing that out, so we had to put the scripture with it.
That's
Back
right.
that up, you know.
Yeah, precept
Because
on precept.
that was all truth right there, what he was saying.
That's right.
Because we got a lot of people out there, they got one son and that's their God. And you know what I'm saying, not realize that if you ain't putting nothing in him, he'll become a monster.
That's right.
All praise. All praise.
You know, you gotta put this in him.
All praise.
And
All
once you
praise to
get
the
in
Most
there,
High.
it's the way you're supposed to train up the child, the way you're supposed to go. And that's how you're supposed to train him up in this. In this.
And the deepness to this, you have to put the father first before anything.
Yes.
Anything, any materials, like brother bringing out too. Even your wife, daughters,
All praise. All praise.
sons, material possessions.
Yeah.
Testimony. I used to be a Jehovah's Witness. 30 years. I was the guy knocking on your door like today. On Sunday. Yeah, that was me. That was me. 30 years, and I realized they full of it too. They full of it.
Yeah.
Yep. But when I woke up to realize who we are and what we're supposed to do, that's when this right here jumped out at me. Mama turned against me. Dad turned against me. My sisters. Yeah.
They hated him too.
Yeah.
You see what it said?
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't come to bring peace.
And bring a sword.
But see, like the brother was, that's right, like the brother said down there earlier. As long as I was in Christianity,
The world love you.
everything was people in the house.
Yeah.
You know, you got along with everybody. But the moment you got in the truth right here,
They hate you.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You're gonna be hated for his sake.
You know, if I may add to that too, and you know, because you know, we love our kids, you know, we love our people, and the thing about that is like, we may give so much love to the point that we'll do anything and we throw a beeline to that. But the thing is, when we do that, we take our heads off of the Most High, and He said, "I come first." So when we know, oh, such and such got a problem, what's the first thing we do? Take off to Him, right? And then the Most High can be like, hey, you ain't supposed to go there. You ain't supposed to do that. And the first thing you do, I ain't trying to hit that. I gotta take care. I gotta do this. You know what I mean? And once that takes place, we take our head off the Most High.
Leaning on your own understanding.
Right. And then that's when he takes us and he puts us down. That's why he say, bear that cross and follow me, and I will give you anything.
Some people even call it self-righteousness.
Right, and
And
that's why when our kids, you know, like you know, and I say for a situation like for me, you know, the Most High knows I love my kids. I'm going through something, you know, and you know, like I said, I don't care. I let the world know I'm going through something about my babies, and The Most High knows I'll do anything for my kids when it comes to them. You know, my thing has become that I'm there. I want to be there for them so bad that I jump to the occasion. And that the thing is, I'm not thinking about what the Most High is telling me.
That's right.
And once I become ignorant of that, that's when he strike me down. Now you ain't gonna see the kids for
Check this out.
Now you.
Excuse me, I don't mean to knock y'all, but the one thing he do tell, he chastised the ones he loved.
That's right.
Because like a lot of wicked drug dealers get away with a lot of things. I'm from St. Pete.
Yeah.
I done seen brothers don't seem like they never get caught,
Yeah.
never get hit, and always coming up, everything always falling in line. But you know what I had to get out of seat? That you know what? The devil might be your daddy.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, you have to realize, this is why I get people, every time I talk to people, according to the scripture, I be like, Jesus said, you love him with your lips, but your heart fall away from him, right?
Right.
That's right.
Everybody quick, I love Jesus, I love Jesus, I love God, right?
That's right.
I said, okay, I got a question. You love your wife? Yeah. You see her every day? Yeah. You love your kids? Yeah. You see him every day? Yeah. You love Jesus? Yeah. Where you time with him? He said, you're a light and you can in you. Do you spend time with him every day? You gotta read every day. Spending time with him, not calling. How you gonna call on somebody you don't know? All you gonna know you have a relationship. Read his word.
That's right.
You get that big old Bible, read. He said, study show yourself, prove to him. You ain't spending no time with him, but you, out of your mouth you say you love him. You don't. He said you're a liar.
That's right.
You're a liar. You ain't spending no time with him.
But you got to do them commandments.
That's the commandments.
That's right.
All praise. All praise.
Let's get back on. We on number 3 of the commandments, right?
Don't read.
Yeah, you got it, bro. Yep.
All right. You should not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not hold his guiltiness who takes his name in vain.
All right. Think about what people do. Remember a long time ago, brother? What's the first thing people do when something happens? God! They just scream for God, right? And the other people, oh my God. They just call his name in vain. Just call it not.
All
Call
day
it not.
long.
Yep.
And don't want nothing.
Don't
No,
want
no,
nothing.
no, no. In vain.
That's right.
In vain they call
I
him.
want something.
I had a point I was going to bring up, but I was keep going, brother.
Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. In it you shall do no work. You nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your wife, nor your male servant, nor your female servant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger who is within your gates. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth and the sea, and all that is in them, and rested the 7th day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor your father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon land which the Lord your God has given you. Number 6, you shall not murder. 7, you shall not commit adultery. 8, you shall not steal.
Can we stay back on that Sabbath for a minute?
Yep.
Before?
Go ahead.
Everybody know the laws and the rules of the Sabbath.
Actually, not at first. I got a question about that.
Okay, go ahead and ask your question, but I want to edify the Sabbath day, because a lot of times we need to stick to that, because we don't know the laws, because we know it's a Sabbath day, but it's rules and restrictions on the Sabbath day. Go ahead, brother.
My thing is, I want to know, are you allowed to have sex on the
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. And that Friday night, that sun go down? Yeah, nope.
Yeah.
Nope, no sex.
So,
When the sun go down Friday night, so-called Friday night, which is not Friday night, which is the beginning of Sabbath, no sex.
okay.
And the day, the whole day till the sun go down again, now you have sex when the sun go down. When the sun go down Friday night,
1 sec, if you don't mind.
Hold on.
Sister,
you got,
Nancy said something.
Yep.
Sister Shante said something.
go ahead, I didn't heard.
Go ahead, sister.
Hey, it was so quick that everybody said no, but I want to hear the rest of his question, but the answer is no.
Oh, great. That's Elder Nancy, fellas.
See what it does, it makes you unclean.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, praise God. You supposed to inflict your soul.
Even if you married,
If you married,
If you married.
If you married.
See, we are holy people.
We're holy.
Believe it or not, we just at a low state and we've been told we garbage for so long. Believe it or not, we holy.
Yeah.
We're a nation of priests.
We set apart
Yeah.
from all the rest of them.
Everybody.
Priests and
Yeah.
kings.
This is why
Holy
they hate you.
convocation.
Yeah, this is why they hate you, brother.
So when the sun goes down,
Friday night.
Sabbath's over.
You know, the beginning of Sabbath. The night, yeah, the night. The night.
The
The
night.
night.
The sun goes down.
Yeah, the night when the sun go down, that means Sabbath over.
6.
you gonna get it.
All right. Let's keep it tight, fellas. Keep that order.
Now, next question, we got to ask about the Sabbath. Next question.
What day is the Sabbath?
Friday night, sun go down.
7 o'clock.
Till the sun go down next night, which is night.
Sunset yesterday.
And sunset tonight.
Sunset tonight.
Okay, now the next thing is no buying nor selling. We don't supposed to buy nor sell on the Sabbath day. Also, we don't supposed to reflect, killing on fires, cooking, barbecue grill, stove, none of that.
So it's more like a whole lot fast.
It's a whole serving him.
Yeah.
This day, he said, no, not according to your pleasure, his pleasure. Your day supposed to be his desire today. Just one day out of the week.
You don't supposed to watch no football games.
Yeah.
Well, you don't supposed to watch that no way.
You supposed to do nothing, nothing that pleases you.
Yeah.
Today is a day of praise and worship to the
Yeah.
Lord Almighty. This is his day.
Yeah.
This your date with God.
Yeah.
Amen.
He sanctified and made
You
it
know,
holy.
this ain't got nothing to do with you. You got to put you out of the picture.
This one.
Now you can get your kids and go sit at the beach and talk about how good the Lord, how He stopped the water from coming over onto the land.
Yeah.
But you got to keep everything holy. You ain't supposed to talk unholy
words.
things, your
Unholy
own words.
things,
You
your own
ain't
words.
you ain't supposed to speak your own thoughts and words on God's day. Not today. It's the Lord's day and the Lord's day only. And all we supposed to do is praise and worship today. You'll have your chance when the sun go down to finish the things that you want to do. But you're supposed to try to live every day according to the commandments of the Lord. Because sin got us in that position that we need to give our life to Christ and live for Christ daily, not just on the Sabbath. You know, just like brother just said, you got to pick this word up every day. And this is the bread from heaven that replaced the manna. This is the living water. When you eat, you be eating. When you eat this here, when you eat this living test, this is the living. The words in here are living and active.
That sure
This
is.
is
That's right.
This is the
All
testimony of
praise to the
Jesus
Most High.
Christ.
We're gonna bring it out with scripture. Hit Isaiah 58 and 13 and 14. Let me show you about Sabbath day. Isaiah chapter 58, 13 and 14.
28.
Isaiah 58. Isaiah 58, verse 13 and 14.
Make everybody read it.
What you say, sister?
You got it, sister?
Okay.
58, 13, 14.
I can hear something, bro.
Yeah.
I like that baritone. Isaiah 58, brother. 58. Yeah, go ahead.
That's all good.
58, verse 13, verse 14. Everybody got it?
All praise.
Isaiah 58, verse 13. If thou turn away thy foot from thy Sabbath, the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord honorable, and shalt honor him, not doing thy own ways, nor finding thy own pleasure, nor speaking thy own words, then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord. And I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father. For the mouth of the Lord has spoken it.
Amen. Amen.
Go back.
Yeah.
Go back a little bit. Go back a little bit. 58 and
56.
5.
Yeah.
What you want, bro?
No, 58 and 5. Same one.
58 and 5. You want to go back to 58 and
Yeah.
5? Isaiah 58, verse 5. Is it such a fast that I have chosen a day for a man to afflict his soul? Is it to bow down his head as a burlerish, and to spread sackcloth and ashes under him? Would thou call this a fast? And
You can start with that.
all right. That's right. All right. All praise to the Most High. Let's carry on.
We going back.
Go to 56. Isaiah 56. There's more than 7.
56.
1 through 7.
Brother?
Go ahead. Isaiah 56, Thus says the Lord, keep justice and do righteousness, for my salvation is about to come, and my righteousness to be revealed. Blessed is the man who does this, and the son of man who lays hold on it, who keeps from defiling the Sabbath, and keeps his hand from doing any evil. Do not let the son of the foreigner who has joined himself to the Lord speak, saying, the Lord has utterly separated me from his people. Don't let the Enoch say, here I am, a dry tree.
It's all right there, bro. I just told you we separated. Like my man acts, we got different guidelines that we follow, different rules that the Most High set for us. Just to conclude what you were saying.
Because we're peculiar people.
That's right.
Hey, well, on 3, I need a better edification on 3 right there.
3.
Cause like you said, cause it's saying about the stranger, they're talking about like the stranger coming in trying to change you from changing the Sabbath, like when you don't honor the Sabbath. Is that what it's saying?
Yes, who the strangers is?
Well,
yeah.
The other people, right? Yeah, they trying to.
Can you read that? Read bring it up, brother.
3? Did it say 3?
Yeah.
Yes. The same says to the sisters again. Isaiah 56, verse 3.
Do not let the son of the foreigner who has joined himself to the Lord speak, saying, the Lord has utterly separated me from his people. Nor let the Enoch say, here I am, a dry tree. For thus says the Lord to the Enochites who keep my Sabbath, and choose what please me, and hold fast my covenant. Even to them will I give my house, and within my walls a place and a name, better than that of sons and daughters. I will give them an everlasting name that shall not be cut off.
Well, my understanding for that, what that means is say anybody that want to join us
Yeah.
in service Sabbath, he gonna bless them also.
Yeah.
If we see the bless all they gotta join, they gotta do or be there for the law, statute, commandments.
All right.
Yeah.
Remember-
Isaiah's prophecy. You
Yeah.
see, a lot of Israelites, someone preach with hate. But remember, we got to have servants when we go home.
That's right.
See, I know it's another topic kind of jumping around a little bit. They say, oh, all these people going to die. We still got to have servants. So it's going to be people that's going to cleave to us when we leave up out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And this is what it's talking about. Some may say, man, I don't have no place, man, with them. Lord say, no, you got a place with us. As long as you keep your commandments too.
And just like the brother said, the strangers,
Mm-hmm.
meaning other nations.
Other nations.
Yeah, these other nations are cleave to us, and they can come in as long as they keep these words.
Right. Amen. All praise. All praise.
Wow,
Yeah, all praise.
wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Well, see, one of the things I realized too, you know what I'm saying? Right now, I got to be honest with you guys when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, with Esau.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I know Esau, I know that's the white man, but I feel like when we look at servitude or we look at slavery, you know what I'm saying, we look at it based off what we went through.
Mm-hmm.
But in God's eye, you know what I'm saying, it's not, when servitude, I think, just from my belief, when we get to a place of heaven, a place of rest, servitude ain't going to be based on our knowledge, it's going to be based on God's. And so when they serve, it's not going to be based on, we looking down upon them, they're going to be happy to serve. I just want to be
Right.
them. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be a part of this thing, you know what I'm saying?
So,
Excuse
Just agreeing.
That's right.
All praise. You on point. You on point. That.
Cause cause I know that it's saying in the end time, those that had enslaved us
They were
Shall
born
be
to
in captivity.
go into captivity, and they will be our slaves.
That's right. Born
That's Isaiah
man.
14.
Wow.
But see, the thing is, we're not going to treat them the way
Wrong.
they treated us.
Then we
You
have
know
to
what I'm
be
saying?
right.
We're not going to be out there beating them with whips and carrying on. Yeah, like
Christ gonna be already did that when
Right.
he comes.
Yeah.
Cause he said
That
to sit
remnant
down.
of them gonna be left that was had it in their heart to be right. Let's see, a lot of these people, they did wicked from their forefathers on
Yeah.
back.
Right.
So they gonna get it. Christ said it's gonna be covered in blood.
So is the remnant talking about the strangers? Or is it
The
talking
strangers
about us?
too.
Oh, okay. So it's
The
both.
strange, it's both.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a remnant of them.
Remember
It's gonna be a remnant of us.
Right.
And then you got the 144,000. So you,
12,000 from each tribe.
Right.
Each tribe.
but then you take the remnant and you measure it with the sand of the sea. You
Right.
can't even count the dirt in your hand.
Right.
That's right.
let me be
That's
clear
still
now.
long.
Let's be clear on the scripture now. There is a nation out there, well, I shouldn't say a nation of people that don't have no hope.
Esau.
That's it.
Esau. Obadiah.
Obadiah.
You have to
It's
read
a-
Obadiah.
Yeah, it's a chapter. It's real small too. Most churches they ain't gonna break it.
Yeah.
Some people they don't have no inheritance,
Covenant, no
and their job is
promises,
to
and-
make sure you don't get yours.
Go to Apocrypha. Who got it? I don't have no Apocrypha. Where it said Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob's the beginning.
Esau's
of
the
the world.
beginning.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
Apocrypha.
And it's also in Romans 13, and then in about 20, no, Romans 9 and
13.
9:13.
9,
It's 9 and 13 when you say Jacob, I love and Esau.
I get it.
So, cause I feel like, you know, I told my kids that, you know, can no other nation come into this world? You see what I'm saying? So to know that if they go by
Hebrews
the
12,
law,
16.
statutes, and commandments,
Huh?
Hebrews
they
12,
can come
16.
in. Okay, so.
The one, what you
Well, we could
We
have
gonna bring it out.
Right,
We gonna bring it
because
out.
you know what I mean.
Hebrews
So I want
12 by
my kids
Esau.
right on
Yes.
this.
Agreed.
Right.
Which one you looking for?
Hebrews 12, 16.
yeah,
Romans 9.
9:13 and Hebrews
Okay, I
12.
got it right here.
Romans 9.
Yep, I'm gonna bring that.
Sisters, it's Romans 9.
Just making a point.
And that whole chapter right there just basically tell you there ain't no repentance for Esau. See, the thing about it, you can't repent if it ain't never been given to you.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So this was given only to Jacob, which is the 12 tribes of Israel.
They don't have no covenant.
But, you know what I'm saying, they all had us in slavery. Psalms 83 say they all came together.
That's right.
And that's why they come in our neighborhood and set up businesses and make their money.
Yeah.
And they don't patronize
Yeah.
with nobody. If it's a black person selling barbecue over there, they ain't gonna spend their dime over there. They going right over there, they take that money right back to they, where they
To them. They written for straight
That's
post.
right. You don't see none on running for mayor or governor or none of that. Cause they letting them eat. They drinking up that cup of that wine.
Well, can we read this part out of here, just out of Romans 9, Romans 9, verse 13. And it says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Just so you can clarify that up on what you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you gotta add on to that. This scripture to go with that one. This is what's the name? President. Hebrews
Yeah, Hebrews
12 and
yeah.
16, 17.
Hebrews.
Yeah. Hebrews 12, 16, and 17.
Hebrews 12, 16, 17.
This is a precept. The one you have Romans 9, 15. This is a precept of that.
All praise to the Most High.
And now you got to see what the Bible called Esau now. The Bible called him a name. You understand what that name means when you read it.
You said Hebrews 12?
Hebrews 12, 16, and 17.
16.
Hebrews 12, 16, 17.
We're gonna bring out a lesson by Esau. You know, Jacob and Esau. We're gonna do it today, but because it's deep. It's deep, and it'll blow your mind. Yeah. Our Father names everybody by their biblical name. You have to find out who these people are today. See what I'm saying? What the devil has done is try to hide everybody. See what I'm saying?
It's a counterfeiter.
Yeah. See. See.
Everybody got it?
Yes.
Doesn't matter. That's one second. Hebrews 12, verse 16.
16, 17, and 17.
Yes. 16, 17, 18. Oh.
No, the 16, 17.
Okay then. Hebrews 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. for he found no place of repentance,
No place for repentance.
though he sought it carefully with tears.
That's right.
All praise.
So how he gonna get the king?
Remember what he said? He said profane person.
Profane.
Profane.
What
The
that-
Bible said that.
With fornicator.
Fornicator.
And
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 brothers also,
You got it, sister?
when it reads 17, where
Yes.
he knows how that afterwards, when he was
Oh, no
in
place.
charity and blessing,
Mm-hmm.
he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance. He didn't even know how to change his own mind.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
And see, a lot of people,
That's right.
when you tell a lot of people this scripture, they don't like that.
yes.
Cause they love Esau.
Yes.
Yeah.
They love
Yes.
Well, Esau, look at the picture here. This is us from the dust. This is Esau, red and hair. They're not white, they're red.
No white man.
You gotta find no nation in the Bible that was white. White was leprosy, garments, and hair.
Yeah.
That's white.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So this is them, they're red. If you get a plasma TV now, and you see them, they're that color. They're not white. Find me white in the Bible that mean a nation.
And you see a white man walking, you better run. They're red.
And that's why they don't like. That's why they don't like the Ku Klux Klan. Cause the Ku Klux Klan tells like it is. They call themselves what? Rednecks.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, that's what the word, not to cut you off, the word Esau means red.
And to add on to what y'all was talking about, in First John chapter 3, if you refer to verse 8 in First John, that's in the back before we get to Revelation. First John, yeah, it's almost
All in the back of the Bible.
Revelation.
First John.
First epistle. It's an epistle of John.
Mm-hmm.
And
First, second.
in chapter
And
3,
you got the third. You got three epistles. So which one you in, brother?
first one, First John. First John chapter 3.
First John chapter 3. Verse.
We're gonna consider verse 8.
Verse 8. Yes.
That's it.
Chapter what?
Chapter 3.
Chapter 3, verse 8. Okay.
What verse you on?
Verse 8.
Verse 8. Okay.
It says, he that committeth sin is of the devil, for the devil sinneth from the beginning. For this purpose the Son of God was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil. See, it's telling you right there, from the beginning, he was a sinner from the beginning. They said, and they said in 12 said, not as Cain, who was of the wicked one, and slew his brother, and wherefore slew he him, because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteousness.
That's right. That's right.
See, y'all didn't know you didn't know that you ain't got to run over your brother with a car, poison his drink to kill him, because in 15 it said, whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer. So
Bring it out.
if you got some hate, if you hating on one of your brothers in your heart, you already committed murder. That's just like they say, if you look at a woman
That's right.
in attempt to lust on her, that you already committed that. If you hating on one of your brothers in secret, you murdered that man.
That's right.
And a murderer has no place in the kingdom
No
of the
place.
Lord. And it tell you so right. You don't got to take my word. It's right there. And First John.
That's right. The scriptures edify itself. Let me write that down.
That's why.
I knew it.
See, that's why Christ came. When he came, before we had the laws of Moses, you had animals. So you might kill, you might go and give your animal to the priest for the sacrifice, but yet still in your heart, you still want to kill this brother. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
But you offering your sin offerings every day for the hatred that you have inside, instead of that sin offering. Now you clean, you purge yourself daily.
That's right. Because I think all those fellas got our Gentiles circumcised. I think the Lord, His purpose was to circumcise our heart.
That's right.
Because
That's what he judges.
you know what? Because they say we should die for our brethren. Now, I pray to God all the time, my brother. I said, God, teach me how to love, because I don't know how to love like you love. But Christ got that agape love.
Unconditional.
Yes,
That's
and I'm like,
and the world has filial and eros love.
yes.
And that's what they have out there.
And I say, give me some godly, repentance and some godly, let me remorse godly, not worldly. Because I don't know how to love. And I admit it to the Lord, I don't know how to love. So teach me, Lord, how to love. Because if you put your life down for your brother, you know you love.
That's right.
You gotta love.
This the all teacher right here.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, I was going to say that on to that. Do we know our brother, right? We know Esau, our brother.
Say sister.
Sister, you got something?
So,
Real man.
Hold on. What you said, sister? It's breaking up.
Yeah.
I was asking, could you hear me? Because there was a whole lot of feedback going on. I could hear the brother's song, but there was a whole lot of feedback. And I heard Brother Corinthians, when he was stating it, it's right there in the word. It definitely is, because Yeshua, he definitely showed us how to love people just like living.
that's right.
And that's, something that we have to always continue to know to keep reading and keep praying. And,
That's right.
And we will, follow Yeshua.
That's
We
right.
follow the lifestyle that he presented to us, living holy and without sin before our Father. And, that's how Yah showed us. He showed us through his
All
own
praises.
Son. And the things that we don't know how to do, or we, say, teach me,
Yes.
when we ask these things, then he's going to direct us right back to the Word, because for everything we need in our life, for our life,
Go back to the
is
word.
written. For that purpose.
That's right. That's right. All praises. All praises.
Cause that is a law.
That's
Amen.
right.
That's Leviticus 19:17.
That's right.
We gotta understand who is what, but
No, I'm just
All
saying
praises.
that I was just saying, cause see, a lot of time people they get mixed up about their neighbor, and you know what I'm saying, and it shows you in that law there that your neighbor is your kinsman, your brother.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that look like we have a big problem with that.
We're
You know what I'm
loving
saying?
each
Because
other.
a lot of times I used to see brothers. I used to hang with brothers, and they, when I was younger, and they used to just upset me because they don't know this man, and I know you don't know him because I know him. And I can't stand. Now I said, suppose I went and told him that. He wouldn't even stand a chance. He wouldn't be able to stand.
That's right.
I said, you don't even know the man. I said, how could you hate somebody you had no run-ins with?
Cain spirit.
But our brother Esau taught us that. So I realized I'm putting this up for a reason. This right here is our brother. That's our brother Esau. This is Jacob. Same thing we just reading about. He said, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord concerning Edom, for the slaughter of violence done to your brother Jacob. He said, shame shall cover you, and you shall be cut off forever. That's Obadiah 10:1-10-15. He said, for the day of the Lord is near against all nations, As you have done, it shall be done to you. Your deeds shall return upon your own head. So everything they do, we don't have to punish them. We don't have to hate our brother. God said, do not abhor your brother Edom. Because he's going to take care of them. It ain't our fight. It ain't our battle. Let him do it. What we're doing right now, we're taking that yoke off our neck. And we're getting free from slavery captivity. Right now, since we have this knowledge, we're not in the captivity because it's spiritual. Jesus died for us in spirit, not the flesh. Don't worry about the flesh, worry about being in spirit right here, about reading. By coming together every Sabbath, we got to come together and do this every Sabbath. And we need to go out and wake up our brothers and sisters, bring them in, our wives, our sisters, all of them. They need to come and get this.
Because the word of God cleanses us.
That's right.
It cleanses us. It's power. You know what I'm saying? It does.
Once we get this study in us, right, brother, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Once we get this word in us right here, we gathering up all our tools for that.
Cause see, the thing about it is that a lot of brothers, you gonna run into them. They gonna. Cause one thing about it, You know what I'm saying? I've been a Mason for over 10, 15 years, you know, and being and sitting in those type of seats. That's how I come into the truth, because I always study. I always study, and because you had people always looking for you to answer. And look, you got to be ready to answer everybody's question.
It's First Timothy, yeah.
Yeah. So the thing about it is that the brothers gonna come, and they gonna show up. But the thing about what we have to do, we have to put that love out there and show these brothers that we could love from Him.
That's right.
Yes,
See, I'm gonna lay my life down for you. I'm gonna love you.
That's Hebrews 12:14.
That's right. I'm gonna lay my life down. That's just like you say, the love you have for your kids. That's the kind of love we have to have for one another.
That's right. That's right. All praises to the Most High. That's right, Elder.
When I heard that, when they said, what's the disciples asked Christ, they said, what's the greatest commandment? He said, to love the Lord with all your heart, with all your might and all your soul. And they said, and the second one, what was that second one? They came out the love thy neighbor like you love yourself. And that threw me back in my chair. I was like,
You ain't gonna mistreat yourself.
yeah, I said, good gracious. I gotta love my next door neighbor Mike like I love me. You know, that's what I said. But you know what? Hey,
You're right.
but how can you love God, a man that you ain't never seen, when you can't love big brothers in this room?
That's right.
You understand? So love is so important. That's what we lost. Is our love. When they fell into God, we lost that love.
And all that's commandment. And again, when you follow commandments, that's why we're in this situation now.
With the curses.
Curses, yeah. But that's part of it. We're supposed to love our brothers.
We doing the work now. The work is mentioned in this Bible 450 times. This is the work. Study to show thyself approved.
Amen.
You know? So this work will be girded upon our loins.
Amen.
So when we're ready to utter, the Holy Spirit ready to utter, so we'll get ready for the streets. So we can go out here and do Isaiah 58:1.
Yeah, and keep a lot of other stuff out too.
That's right. Not leaning on our own understanding.
And we got each other back out
That's
there.
right.
But they get rough out there.
That's right.
Well, we're preparing to go out, but we're gonna do it as a brothers, as a group. So,
Yeah.
so soon, I want us to grow and get stronger. All
Yeah.
of us in here, we want correction. Brother, if you see us doing something in this class wrong, we gotta do it so according to scripture, because let the scriptures tell when we're doing wrong. That's everybody in here. Somebody doing something wrong, that's auto, just bring it out. Let all of us come to agreement. Say, we read this, the Bible said this, we gotta stop doing that.
And it ain't no puffed up knowledge.
It ain't none of that.
Ain't nobody trying to go
It's
out
like
here
being
inside
real,
this
go
door
to
and
the
talk
Bible.
about what we learn from each other, who need lacking in one
Or who better than
understanding.
this person, or
and
who this
over
is, it's
him.
about equal.
We don't.
That's right.
That ain't gonna go on in DOC. This DOC,
Yeah.
defend the commandments, and we gonna defend this thing to the end.
Yeah.
Ain't no plan.
Because if I don't know a precept, somebody else should be.
All praise.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? But that's the way it is. You when you talking to people, sometimes with our people, you got to bring these out on them.
That's
because
right.
they say, hey, this, I didn't say that. That's what that said.
All praise, all praise,
right.
all praise. That was it, Tim.
Just to say that.
Go ahead. Yeah. We gotta get back to Deuteronomy.
That's right.
We're gonna jump there with.
Yes. That's good. I love the iron sharpening iron, though, brother, but let's stay on top of this little thing. This little dangling man.
Get good on
That's right, General.
Get good.
Deuteronomy chapter 28.
I just want to say one little peek, General, if you don't mind. You don't learn none of this in church.
That's what I was gonna say.
Not all this, huh?
I read the Bible a couple of times, but like I ain't never seen it identify how y'all was doing it.
Yes.
I
All
should
praise
praise
to
my
the
mind
Most
no
High.
more to really see it and see it.
Yes, sir.
God bring into that marvelous light, bro.
Yes, it does.
This was already ordained in 6 days. But Deuteronomy 28.
Verse 48. That's what we had.
Yeah,
Verse
48.
48. Okay. Deuteronomy 28, verse 48.
Let this one sink in, brothers. Let this sink in. Right. Go ahead, brother.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Who have yokes of iron around their neck?
Who got, you got a pipe, you got a paper?
We had yokes of iron around our neck. Them yokes didn't come off till we got destroyed as a people. That's when the yoke of iron came off. And after that, who was we? Black. Black is beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But again, you don't know who you are. You destroy it. Right?
That's right. Talking about you, I'm Kemet, man. I'm in Egypt.
Oh, Lord. Oh, don't talk about that. Tomorrow.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Can I expound a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let's go to the same one. It says, what the Lord shall send against thee, and hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want for all things. Like hunger, like we go to them for food, clothing.
Right.
We don't own those shops, like they were talking earlier. We don't own those stores. We don't even own toilet paper. We can't make toilet paper for ourselves. We can't water. We none of that. Everything we need, we have to go to Esau for it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's something I want to bring.
This piece of paper that's right here. Iron yoke upon our neck.
That's it.
We came to Egypt again. Spiritually, Egypt is America. This is a ship that we came on over. All this stuff happened. These are the signs and the curses that you know this happened to us only.
Yeah.
Only happened to us. Name another that came here in slave ships with iron yoke upon their neck. That they auctioned off and nobody ain't buy them.
None.
Us.
But us.
But us.
All right.
Yep. 49.
Yeah. Deuteronomy 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. A nation of fierce continuance, which shall not regard the persons of the old, nor shew favor to the young. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee, either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kin, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustest throughout all the land, thy land. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which the Lord thy God hath given thee. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord thy God has given thee, in the siege and in the straitness, wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil.
This part right here, black on black crime.
Toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Think about it. Woman at home by herself.
Yeah,
In
you
the
in
dead
jail.
dog.
And you with the county, the state.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And so,
As you read though, because we ain't got no time to spend, right? We here until we finish doing whatever.
Till they kick us out.
Because as you read, because I know for a fact that I don't know about a lot of these brothers, but these my cousins, right? This is my cousin, you know what I'm saying? And I really want them to get this, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all probably done read Deuteronomy, but when I read Deuteronomy 28, it changed my life. And I really want them to see how this is us. You know what I'm saying? This is us.
All praises.
Go back on 40:49. It says, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far. You know what I'm saying? The new nation. America is a new nation.
For the new world.
New world.
Yeah.
It says from the end of the earth. And it says as swift as the eagle. What's our symbol? What's on the dollar? You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
It says nation whose tongue thou shalt never know. You know, we didn't speak English. The English words and language wasn't our native tongue. You know what I'm saying? Hebrew. That's what we spoke. You know what I'm saying? So they brought something different to us. And they taught us these things. And slavery.
That's
you
right.
know what I'm saying?
Let me add to that, brother, because cousin telling you right, brother telling you right. But see, back in times, see this how I know. That's why they forbidden for people to speak to slaves. You remember in their time, you couldn't speak. You couldn't get caught with a book in order to learn nothing. And if you speak your Hebrew language, back in the days when Columbus came over him, it was a Hebrew out there transferring language in that time. You get what I'm saying? That's right. So they still don't want to get. They just want to get him over across him, so they can enslave him.
Yeah.
They get him and then got beat because they were speaking their old native tongue. Father? So now that's why we had, like back in the 20s, the 30s, and all that time, you know, people had to get
relearn how you know how to know.
Yeah.
And then for you to be educated, it usually came from a northern or way out of Canada somewhere.
Yeah.
It's a word that they always pick at us for saying, master.
Yeah.
Y'all know what the word
Picking
master
at us,
mean,
yeah,
right?
Master.
What the word master mean, y'all?
Oppressor.
Oppressor.
That's right.
Yeah. And when we couldn't say master, we were saying master.
Yeah.
And this is another thing we're going to have to get just for a minute, is that this the United States ain't the only people that keep us suppressed. Anywhere you see these hymns, you got this all the way around. It's more flags
Persians,
from.
the Medes, Egyptians.
That's right. So this the more. That's why you talk about those stoves and stuff. What you
Yeah.
see on these
Yeah.
stoves? Wig shops,
Yeah.
liquor stores.
All of them.
Do you see us in them?
They all took part in it.
China Walk.
They all took part.
Do you see us in any of that?
Nope.
That's why we have to wake up so we can go ahead and get right. That's how important it burned through my veins to see this hymn. You used to have a pop, own pop store or something.
Yeah.
You don't see that no more.
Yeah.
No.
You see Abib up in the neighborhood.
All this, so that,
That's right.
so all the old.
That's right. So
And we did have all that.
Bring
yes.
in Psalms. Go, everybody turn to Psalms 83. Shout out.
Let's go to that.
You got it, bro.
You know how it says
Yes,
Psalms
yes,
83.
Psalm
He said
83.
He said that he would take us to a second Egypt, and we would be by ships. If you look at America, what is the Washington Monument? It's an obelisk.
Yep.
Where do you find an obelisk? In Egypt.
Right.
So, you know.
Yeah, right.
You can get something like that.
Psalm 83.
83.
Right there. Psalm 83.
What's Psalm 83?
Psalm 83. Start at verse 1.
Baritone.
No, let me read.
I love that brother.
Hold on now.
Let's go. I want to see it. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Psalm 83.
Don't start yelling.
83.
Oh, 83.
Wow, right there. Wow.
I need to see this.
David said, don't keep style. I'm ready to get the king.
Stole mine, never heard it.
I'm ready for everybody. The thing about it, we fishing now, but we gonna be homeless.
Yeah.
All praise, all praise.
Oh, yeah.
All praise, brother. All praise.
Y'all ready?
Sisters, you ready, sisters? Psalm 83.
Amen.
Amen.
Smiling over here.
Okay, let's smile some more. Let's see. Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
That's right.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumbling, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
That's right.
We don't know we
Let's talk about that there.
Yeah.
You see that there?
Bring it out. Bring it out,
Bring it
bro.
on.
Bring it
They
out.
said they have taken crafty counsel. So they did something deceitful against our people. And that's they talking about us Israelites. And consulted against.
That's what it's talking about. They was coming up with a way to pull the wool over our eyes.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
That's right.
And the hidden one. They said they have said,
Amen.
come and let us cut them off from being a nation,
All praise, all praise.
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Amen, amen.
Yeah. That's what happened. That's why I cut off. We ain't no nation.
And that's African American,
Yeah.
Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
But you want to keep reading now? You want to keep reading? Read
Well,
now.
they-
You just want to expound now.
Well, that's okay, okay.
Yeah.
So you stop for a second, brother. So, sister, elder, Nancy, sister, y'all want to expound on that? Y'all want to say anything?
They said cut us off.
No, brother. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hold on, because I got something to say about
Okay,
that.
go ahead, brother.
Now, I want y'all to know about this one right here. You see how they say they took crafty counsels, right?
Yes.
Now, we talking about the only people that want to go against y'all, which is the United Nations, okay? They cut us off, and they, you know, this crafty council took place in 1948. When they took them fools over there dancing in the street talking about, oh, we a nation, Israel is a nation. The minute they did that, they knew from then on, they said God gave them that land. No, y'all slaughtered the people in that land, and pushed y'all in there, and this Catholic Council, the United Nations, went ahead and approved that as Israel, and that's why people cannot look at us and say, we are Israel. That's why we are coming out. The awakening is happening. This is end time. The awekening is happening. That's why they out here in the streets now trying to take us down, and everything we build up, they want to break down and say, oh, we're evil. We say Black Lives Matter, what they say? No, all lives matter.
All lives matter.
You
see what I'm saying?
That's a lie.
Man.
That's a lie that I can tell you that.
Let's
keep going on, brother. Number
Verse 5. But they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
Start right there, brother. Confederate. Man, God know about Confederate?
Yeah.
Before time.
Yeah.
You don't understand what I'm saying? Confederate, what Confederate is. That was in that Gasparilla parade the whole week. That's all you see now.
Confederate flag.
Confederate.
Yes, that's the
And what does that mean? But our people sitting there, our
Confederate.
people sitting in there in that Confederacy and applauding everything to it.
We know it's against us.
Yes,
You
that's
Confederate, you against
that's
us.
a Jim Crow thing, bro.
Yeah.
It says
What
join.
sister say?
What you got, sister?
Yeah, I was saying it's like they are united.
That's right.
That's
Yes,
right. That's right.
yes.
Confederacy. That's right. All of those nations.
She said alliance. It says joined. It says joined by an agreement or
Confederate.
treaty. It says aligned, allied, alliance.
Mm-hmm.
United. United.
United.
by an agreement or treaty.
And you see, they came
Agreement.
together. See,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
right,
saying.
right. Cooperative
When you talk
associate.
about,
Let 6 bring it out.
Oh, that's right.
Let 6 bring
He can't wait
it
for
out.
this
Let's go, brother.
Let 6 bring it out.
The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites,
It's like
Moab, and the Hebrews,
Gable.
Gable
Ammon.
and Ammon, and
Amalek.
and
Philistines,
with the
Tyre.
inhabitants of Tyre. Now this
Well, you
don't.
know that they were because of here.
That's right. That's right. Y'all going
And join
on
with them and help the children of Lot.
Elder say go ahead on the 8.
Okay, as I'm saying, Asher also is joined with them. They have hoping the children of Lot. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kishon, which perished at Endor. They became as dung. Y'all know what dung is, right?
You know what dung is,
like,
right?
It's like dog poop. They said they said they as a dung for the earth.
They called it out the elephant. Dung.
Yes, they said make their nobles like Orab and like Zeab, yea, all their princes as Zeba and as Zalmunna.
Now let's break down some of these names on 6.
That's the name.
Everybody, we know who Edom is. The cover, that's Esau.
Yes, Esau, you know.
Now, Ishmael. Who y'all think Ishmael is?
That's
Arabs.
the
That's the Arabs.
Arabs.
Arabs, that's right.
Our big brother.
See, that's our big brother. Believe it or not. Yeah, that's our big brother. Believe it or not, they kin us. Yeah,
But they don't like us.
They don't like us.
They can't stand us.
They
That's why
stand
they
us.
try to keep the
One thing on everything right here. Every corner there's gas station, the stores, and all of it.
What you got, bro?
He's right about that. They do
That's
try to
the
keep
whited
it
out
because every
thing.
time I ask them about it,
Yeah.
they always give me an excuse.
Same thing happened to me,
Walk
brother. I said, what you know about Hebrew Israelite? He said,
He said he don't know nothing.
just like that. I walked out the store smiling. I knew.
But you know why?
I knew then.
We just say, fellas, you
Yeah.
know why? The end is near.
Walk around to a friend's
You already know that.
Walk to a friend's
You know
zone.
the end is near.
All of them there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where these right here?
Yeah.
They'll see these. Oh,